This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
In the late 1960s, oil may have flowed copiously in Texas, but that oil wouldn't have flowed without water. It takes water to drill oil or gas wells. It takes water to flush out the dregs when those wells start to fade. The cities and towns that are built on the wealth of that oil need water too, a lot of it. It takes water to convert that crude resource into gasoline to fuel the newcomers' cars, and energy to light and heat and air condition their homes. The people flooding into Texas, then as now, needed to be fed and clothed, and the food and the fiber to do that often came from farms and ranches in Texas, and they needed water too. In fact, in another peculiarly Texan twist, the legislature and the courts effectively had guaranteed those farmers and ranchers that much of that water was theirs to do with as they liked and without question. But from the time that Coronado stumbled onto the parched Llano Estacado in 1541, with a thirsty band of soldiers and priests in search of gold, strangers have always been lured to Texas in search of riches, only to learn once they got there that water was every bit as precious and often just as rare. The problem was not then, and is not now, that Texas didn't have enough water. The problem in Texas always had been that it didn't have enough water in the places where it was most likely to be needed, and often it had far too much water in the places where it wasn't. Texas always has been a place of extremes when it comes to water. East of the 100th meridian, which basically bisects the state, annual rainfall that engorges rivers and replenishes aquifers increases with each mile until you reach the Sabine River, where annual rainfall is more than 60 inches a year, making it one of the top 30 rain-soaked places in the country. The highest single-day total rainfall ever recorded anywhere in the United States occurred at Alvin, Texas in 1979 during Tropical Storm Claudette, when 3.5 feet of rain fell. Head west, however, and rainfall drops off precipitously until you hit El Paso, where if you poured every drop of the average 8.81 inches that falls there each year into the average high school football field, you would end up with a puddle that comes up not much higher than the top of your cowboy boots.